You were served briefly as the Prime Minister. What's going on with the airport? I'm sorry, that's a very loaded question. But I feel like, in terms of our recovery efforts, that there's been so much that we should feel good about in terms of we've come such a long way. Yeah. But that is the
former government worked diligently on getting the process finalized. It took much longer than we all expected that it would happen. And finally, when everything was signed up and ready to go, you got a change of government. And therefore then eventually the bondholders indicated, they're not sure if the incoming government will honor or the caretaker government, if the caretaker government signed, if the incoming government would honor the signatures. And so they needed to get what they call a motion of comfort that will assure them that once it's signed, and their things kind of got lost, and especially politics played a role.
Sure.
But now, if you follow the news today, the signing has taken place in Washington, and so the $22 million is released.
We're on the right path.
Yes, we're on the right path.
Okay,
but it took, according to the Minister of Finance, especially, it took months in order to get everything in order. But it's done now.
Okay. Real quick, as we're getting ready to wrap up, the St. Martin Christian Party. We had this discussion back in 2016 when we did an interview, and just for the benefit of the viewers maybe that didn't see that, should voters be, if they are not a Christian, should they feel alienated from the party, or is the party still supportive of their, or can they still expect that the party is going to support their best interests?
Oh, well, I believe that any political party is established there for the people, for the good of the people, and no one is alienated or discriminated. We're there to work for the people. Even the candidates are people who believe in the principles, and we need to just clarify that for a moment. Christian party stands on Christian principles, and Christian principles are actually universal principles of integrity and honesty and transparency and accountability. And everybody wants a government that will operate and function according to those principles.
Sure.
So, and indeed, the party will be there to serve everybody.
The separation of church and state is very clear within your party.
Very clear.
Just to make sure that message is not lost to the voters.
We don't want the church interfering in government. The church has different rules. Neither do we want government interfering in the church.
Fair. True.
But what is said, though, that it's difficult to take God out of government and God out of the people, because everybody believes in the Almighty. And our Constitution says that we subscribe to the principles of God.
So voters who do not necessarily lead a Christian lifestyle should not necessarily be turned off from looking to the Christian party for support.
Absolutely not. I think it would be the best party for them to support, because they will know what they get, what they're getting.
Because there's a lot of industries on this island that strongly contradict Christian values, and I'm referring to, let's say, the casino industry, adult entertainment industry, the bars. There's a lot of bars and partying that happens. St. Martin is sometimes referred to as the Vegas of the Caribbean. And again, with that comes maybe lifestyle choices that may not be, that the Christian faith would not approve of, but that doesn't mean the party is going to frown upon you for that.
No, well, it's maybe difficult to separate the two, Christian faith and Christian principles. As I said, the principles are universal.
Sure.
So we, as a party, you're governing a society, and you cannot want the society to uphold and to live according to your particular faith.
Sure. Okay.
Or denomination.
Okay.
But we do expect that everybody would want to see this country governed according to these universal principles. And that's why the party came into being, and that is what we're still going to be doing.
Same-sex marriage or same-sex or gay rights, or that these are things that have been growing in momentum worldwide, let's say.
Well, in our manifesto, it will say, according to, let's say, same-sex marriage, it's not an area that we will vote in favor of.
Okay.
But everybody will know that up front.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's it's good that you know what your position is. Yeah.
But if it's there, we have to accept it and accept it. But as a party, we accept everybody's lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah. And as a government, that's what we will have to accept.
You've gone on record in the past as saying the Christian Party is in favor of medicinal marijuana.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yeah.
That's correct.
Have you opened that view to recreational or not as yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yet is the key word, though. Yet is. That's good.
In fact, we have those. We call them controversial topics listed in our manifesto.
Okay. And if someone wants to read the manifesto, where can they find that?
We're updating it right now, but it will be online. They can find it. But those aspects will probably be the same.
Okay.
But I think having been in government and in parliament, we can tweak our manifesto so that it's more practical, more realistic.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Smith. I know we've run out of time a while ago.
Yes.
I wish we could keep going, but I do want to thank you very much for coming through our studio. I wish you a lot of success on the campaign trail. And in closing, I'd love to give you the opportunity to speak directly to the voters and send your words of encouragement to come out on January 9th and cast their vote.
Well, first, let me thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
For inviting me to the program. It was a pleasure talking to you. And to the voters of St. Martin, I would like to say that the St. Martin Christian Party is here. We have not changed our views. We started as a party that wanted to bring good governance, the honesty, integrity, etc. to government. And that's what we did while we were in government, and this is what we will continue to do. So we ask you to give us your vote so that we can continue to offer you the type of governance really that you would like. Good, honest government that will take our people and take this country to another level. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Smith. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, so we've got to wrap it up. Okay. But it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you. I wish you lots of success on the campaign trail. And hopefully we do this again in 4 years, not sooner.
In 4 years.
Okay.
Well, if it's up to us, it will be 4 years.
Thank you to everybody who tuned in. As always, we've got another episode coming at you tomorrow. So please, we welcome your feedback in the comment section below, and see you again tomorrow. My name is Arun Jagtiani, and I'm a proud St. Martin. In a few short weeks, our country is going to be heading to the polls to elect 15 new members to Parliament, and I think the entire voting population could benefit from knowing a little bit more about who these candidates are. Over the next few days, I'm going to interview a few new faces and a few political veterans. So join me, St. Martin, and let's talk politics.